Dear students, welcome to the MOOCs program. We are going to discuss the topic Regional Environment Cooperative Framework. So the first, the thing that should come in your mind that what are the learning objective? Why are we going to discuss this thing? So the learning objective are first to study the meaning of Regional Environment Cooperative Framework, its importance to deal with the environment problem and to discuss its ability to provide valuable solution. Number 2, to study in detail some notable regional framework that has helped to ensure dignified existence. To reach these objectives, we are going to discuss meaning of Regional Environment Cooperative Framework, importance of Regional Environment Cooperative Framework, and success of Regional Environment Cooperative Framework and analysis. So, Regional Environment Problem. Regional Environment Problem. What we mean by region? What is regional environment problem and what are the framework? First is, what is the region? A region refers to a geographic area larger than one country. It can, for instance, refer to a continent such as Pan-African region or a geographic, political, economic integration area, for example, the European Union, or a transboundary river basin. Regional environment, next is, what is the regional environment problem? Regional environmental problem are problems that have either a transboundary or regional common aspect. An environment problem is regional if the responsible activity, the impact of that activity or the concern about those impact don't all exist within one country border. Meaning of Regional Environment Cooperative Framework. In other words, the regionality of an environmental problem can be linked to the cause, the impact and for the responses. Regional Environment Cooperative Framework means the multilateral agreement and cooperation between the specific country to deal with environmental issue, especially the transboundary issues. Although implementation is commonly done at the national or local level, the responses to regional problems are often negotiated, coordinated and monitored by intergovernmental institutions at global, regional and sub-regional level, or an area based on ecosystem or a biome. These organizations deal with issues that are relevant beyond the nation state and coordinated effort, contribute a common understanding of the regional problem and promote and facilitate joint responses. We know that at the global level many initiatives has been taken and these initiatives are required because they guide and prescribe many solutions to deal with these complicated issues. Yet, cooperation, enforcement, involvement and governance at the regional level is important, as regional environmental framework is the intermediary between the national and international framework. Regional environmental problems are rooted in human activities which take place at local and national level and are therefore best dealt with at the level closest to the sources rather than at the global level, although in most cases they do require some kind of regulatory action and cooperative effort at the international level. So the next point is, what is the importance of Regional Environment Cooperative Framework? Regional, the number 1, the regional cooperation can be linked to coordinating efforts, promoting enhanced knowledge for better informed decision. Number 2, to create awareness regarding the common problems. Third, for raising trust building and to facilitate negotiation and joint responses. Next is, in some cases, issues dealt with at the international level can be coordinated at the regional level by an intermediary regional institution to help translate issue of global concern to the specific context and to assist with implementation, especially when national capacity is weak, mainly in the developing sectors, developing nations. Regional Environment Cooperative Framework is also very effective. Regional cooperation can also be more efficient due to sharing cost, gathering competencies and capacities, enhancing political will, promoting public demand and enhancing accountability. We know that no country can cope effectively with the shared environmental problems on its own. Contiguous states may collaborate to sustain shared ecosystem and solve common problems. Regional systems of environmental management are thus essential to securing agreement for and implementation of specific action program. Regional environmental, now we will do the comparative study of compare regional environment cooperative framework with the global environment framework. A global environment treaty or framework exhibits the commitment and the concern of the world community towards a problem affecting large number of people. Despite this, a global environmental treaty will achieve very little because of the presence of free rider. Now, it's important to know what we mean by free riders. Free riders that they have not signed a particular treaty, but they want to get the benefit of that particular treaty. Sometimes these hyped international treaties may fail to enter into force. We know that the Kyoto Protocol have not reached the desired desired level. We know that the Kyoto Protocol have not reached the desired level of expectation. Regional cooperation might be good alternative or supplement to global environment agreement. 2 or more regional treaties might be more successful than a single global treaty. Now we will discuss some important notable regional framework. First is the ASEAN, the Association of Southeast Asian Nations. The Association of Southeast Asian Nations was founded in 1967 to encourage stable relations among Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, the Philippines and the Thailand, and to resist the destabilizing influences of the war in Vietnam. To promote stability, ASEAN fostered economical, social and cultural cooperation in the spirit of equality and partnership. In 1997, the ASEAN heads of state and government met in Kuala Lumpur to attest the achievement of the past 30 years and elaborate a vision for the future of the region. The resultant document of that meeting is ASEAN Vision 2020. ASEAN Vision 2020. Function of ASEAN. First is to prepare for ASEAN regional participation in international environmental governance deliberation, to formulate guidelines pertaining to pollution, biodiversity, climate change, forest and related environmental matters, to work toward harmonization of environmental standard for ambient air and river quality. Next is the ASEAN cooperation on global environmental issue. First is that the ASEAN continues to be actively encouraged in addressing global environmental issue in accordance with the principle of common but differentiated responsibility. So what we mean by common but differentiated responsibility means that the responsibility are common, but it vary according to the economic capacity of a particular nation. AMS have shown full commitment to major multilateral environmental agreement with 100% ratification. AMS have already met their commitment to most of the relevant convention. For example, all AMS have significantly reduced the use of ozone depleting chlorofluorocarbons. Many AMS also several years ahead of internationally agreed deadline to end the production and consumption of ozone depleting substances. Most AMS have set up high-level institutional framework and developed strategy action plan to fulfill their obligation toward addressing climate change. Regional cooperation among AMS in promoting capacity building, sharing experiences and best practices, and acting collectively to implement and MES multi-environmental agreements have helped AMS to build confidence and synergize their effort to contribute effectively to addressing global environmental issues.